Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we have a super fun episode. We are looking at Wildcats number 14 by Erik Larsen. Yes, not Jim Lee. This is part of the Image X over, where a big Image Comics crossover event in the early days. Not so early, I guess, if this is Wildcats issue number 14, but where the creative team switched up and took over each other's books for some exciting, fun, I guess, fill-in issues. Anyway, cannot wait to share this amazing issue of Wildcats by Erik Larsen. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Hit like and let's get right into it. Look at this bombastic cover, of course, offering by Erik Larsen. What would you expect? Nothing less, of course. We have Mighty Man punching Maul from the Wildcats. Maul looking amazing. Of course, Erik would draw a great Maul since he's like the big kind of like muscle character of the Wildcats team. I do love Wildcats. Like I said, this is like, I'm going to try to get into it as quick as possible because it is fun. I have purposely not looked at this in several years. I want to sort of re-experience it with you guys for the first time. Does this make us a reaction video? If that gets me reviews, then yes, I guess it is. But anyway, I love the fact that like the debris is obscuring the title here. There is so much to unpack. I love this so much. You know, Erik Larsen's Savage Dragon Ultimate Collection Edition Volume 1, which I reviewed, just came out. So I'm like all on the Erik Larsen hype tip right now. But huge fan of his stuff. So, you know, actually this is a very cool event. The founders of Image Comics, you know, had been going for a while. I feel like they wanted to pack, you know, 30 years, 40 years, whatever at that point. I guess 30 years of like Marvel history into like the first 2 or 3 years of Image Comics. And was that a mistake? I don't know. You know, it's like you take the things that are proven and then you sort of see if you can make them successful. The one thing that I find interesting is because you know, there's not you know, one of the big, I feel like understood things about Image Comics is, you know, facing a lot of editorial adversity, you know, not being able to own their own characters, having to deal with, you know, crossovers and editorial mandates. So there is like little to no editorial direction here. And sometimes it shows. And the only reason I'm saying that is because if I were like the EIC or some sort of editorial at Image, I would be like, okay, this is a huge event. It needs to see Image X over. It needs to say Wildcats drawn by Savage Dragons, Erik Larsen. You know, all that hype needs to be there. Now, in their defense, Image Comic was always very art forward, and I feel like, you know, letting the art speak for itself is a great thing. But I feel like, you know, it could have used kind of that hype. That said, great cover. Erik Larsen is no fool. He's going to use his own characters. So we have Wildcats cover action teams number 14. Writer, penciler, anchor, Erik Larsen. How cool is that? Like in a twisted other universe, Erik Larsen draws Wildcats, and here it is. Letterer, Chris Eliopoulos. Editor, Jenny Wong. Colorist, Ruben Rude, and Antonia Cole. So like the Savage Dragon resident Jim Lee clone Josh Eichhorn. So the usual Savage Dragon team is intact. And like I said, look at this beautiful splash page of Maul, like just punching the shit out of something. Beautiful Chris Eliopoulos sound effects. It's funny because, you know, Savage Dragon remastered the colors for the new Ultimate Collection, and I feel like it definitely looks gorgeous. But looking back at this color really holds up very well. I really think it looks great. Great double page spread. Thank you, Erik Larsen. You know, we love Erik for his amazing double page spreads, and you know, here it is. Zealot, Void, Grifter, Maul, Warblade, Voodoo. I love this so much. I mean, Erik Larsen is kind of one of those classic comic book superhero artists, even though he is very wonky and stylistic. Like, I feel like he is sort of like the punk rock version of Jack Kirby in a way. But he is definitely one of those creators who I always love to see his versions of other like pre-existing characters, and this is no exception. I mean, this is amazing. Amp and Voodoo. If you guys watch my channel or know me, you know I have a personal connection to Voodoo, having like worked on a little fan fiction involving Old Lady Voodoo and my pal cartoonist Brian Payne of Zinc Comics, and it was so much fun for Darkest Image, and I love that. So, but I've always loved Voodoo. Adam Hughes did these amazing like covers for the Voodoo miniseries, and which were just gorgeous, and total Alphonse Mucha send up on one of them, and I just am always beholden to Voodoo. And it's funny because this is her more like superhero costume. I feel like this might have been developed in conjunction a little bit with the Wildcats cartoon, perhaps. Because, you know, the fur stripper boots is probably a little bit much for Saturday morning. I don't know. Who knows? But I like either incarnation, either way. And now I low-key, high-key totally want to draw this. Like, this looks gorgeous. I love her. Love Voodoo. I love Voodoo. That's the t-shirt right there. Oh my god, Erik Larsen, screw you. That's amazing. Look how beautiful this is. Ripped from the pages of Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four right here. I mean, you're doing Jim Lee's Wildcats, Erik Larsen, so you might as well just have the time of your life. Have fun with it. You know, Doc Samson's here with us. This is a great, I mean, tell me, is this a direct homage? I think it is, a little bit, right? There's frickin' Vanguard in the back. And, oh my god, Freak Force. I'm dying. See, it's, like, funny because we had 18 issues of Freak Force, one of my all-time favorite comic books ever. Once again, special connection to Freak Force. Did a Freak Force story fan fiction for the fundraising Darkest Image #1. Totally ripping off John Byrne. Homaging people left and right. It was so much fun. I loved it. I love team books. These characters are great. I would love to do like a, what do you call it, Freak Force Grand Design, or just like some sort of one-shot. Eric, you know. I know you're watching this, because why wouldn't you? But anyway, it's interesting because I'm really glad that these Dragon Ultimate collections are coming out, because, you know, due to, like, I don't know what, you know, I just sort of fell off the wagon with comics, like, maybe in the early to mid-2000s, I don't know. So there's a lot to unpack with this, what's happened to the Savage Dragon. Like, this is my frozen moment in time, as much as I love, like, Freak Force, and so many things have happened. Like, Dart's been shot in the head, she's lost her legs, Rapture became evil, like, so many things. You know what I mean? You can't go home again. Or can you? I don't know. Anyway, Mighty Man. Oh my god, beautiful, amazing, love it. And once again, so, you know, I feel like a lot of the other Image X crossover titles sort of just used the other person's characters. And I felt like, I mean, in a way, it's kind of funny, but in a way, it's so true to Erik Larsen. He's like, okay, I guess that looks very much like the Golden Arches. Oh my god, Don Simpson. Splitting Image. Is Maul have like a McDonald's head? Because he needs some sort of Mall or Mall of America, McDonald's sort of joke needs to happen with Maul. Anyway, these are great characters. Wildcats just came back in DC. Like, I have zero desire to even, like, now they're like crisis preventers or something like stupid like that. I have no idea. But anyway, I don't know. I wasted potential. Is that what I can say? All I can see is the Golden Arches Mall. Sorry. Thanks, Erik Larsen. Happy Meal toys with Wildcats figures, right? Always loved the sort of Chippendales aspect of Super Patriot. Can you not see Super Patriot and Vegas Chippendales like coming out with that like patriotic thong and shoulder pads? It'd be kind of hot. Oh my god, yes. Thank you once again, Erik Larsen. See, that's what I like about Erik Larsen, too, is, like, I feel like a normal comic book artist. And I say normal with quotations and being very loaded in my messaging. Someone told me recently that I spoke very deliberately, and I told her I do. Anyway, another double-page spread, just when you thought you weren't going to get another one. Here it is. Beautiful coloring. This looks amazing. Like, could we have just snuck this into the Ultimate Dragon collection? Is Dragon even in here? Why is Dragon not in here? Because Freak Force is in here. I love Freak Force. You draw a good void, Erik Larsen. That makes sense, right? Basically, Dart is like void with cutouts, I guess. Crotchless or legless. Ooh, Kirby dots. I mean, come on. You're not going to get an Erik Larsen comic book without Kirby dots. And if you do, something's wrong. He's been cloned. He wasn't feeling well. He forgot. I don't know. It's a big-ass gun. But, you know, even when Erik Larsen draws big-ass guns in this era, at least they look sort of like guns. Unlike someone else's vacuum cleaner guns. You know what I'm talking about. This isn't what that video is about, so we're not going to go there. I don't know. Was this not the most fun issue of Wildcats ever? I mean, look, it's so weird, too. But this actually, like, gives credibility to the popularity of Image Comics. Like, you know, you have some of the best comic book artists in the industry at the top of their game, introducing characters that, like Dragon, who were already invented and beholden to Larsen and just, like, part of his DNA. And then you get, like, new characters like Wildcats, who are just, like, commercial rip-offs of the X-Men and still work. And people love them all over the place. So, I mean, this is, like, there it is. The inevitable point in an Image comic where I turn the book sideways, turn the boy sideways. Freudian slip? Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Here comes the dragon. Backlash. Batlash. Eyelash. Ooh, yeah. Eyelash, right? Anyway, Wildcats, 94. Blackthorn. I don't know. Image Comics, 90s. Like, the end of comics greatness or just the beginning. You decide. Wildcats covered action teams. Number 14. Image X Over by Erik Larsen. What more you could ask for? What more could you ask for? So beautiful. Love it. So great. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's come back for more later.